Hello. Welcome, everyone, to the new Distraction by Fightful YouTube channel. This is something that absolutely none of you have asked for, but I deemed necessary as now owner of Fightful. Originally, we were just going to buy some absolute donk of an outlet and turn their YouTube channel into the Distractions, but we thought, you know what? Somebody already got this one demonetized, so we might as well give it to other guys who definitely aren't worried about money. We were able to make that happen. Joe Hulbert is here. First off, I want to congratulate you, Joe, and all your definitely don't want to congratulate Joel on his great work, but I want to congratulate Joe on his great work. Jeremy isn't here. I don't know why he's late, but Joe, I wanted to take this time to congratulate you and thank you.
Well, I appreciate. I am excited, but as you said, I think it's a small kind of footnote that my co-host is not here for the opening press conference. I know that's alarming, encouraging, concerning. It's not great, if we're being honest, but as you said, I'm not worried about money, which does make my Supermax extension, all the more intriguing. So there you go.
It's pretty amazing. I got an 8-year deal. Joe got a 9-year deal. That was a part of the deal. He wanted one more than me. He said he wanted favored nations. There was this whole ordeal where a fake Jeremy and Joe were teased, and I upped their contracts just to make sure they didn't appear on Wrestling Inc. So I'm glad that we could make this happen.
That was close. That one was real close. Yeah.
It was close. And you guys were just standing there by the TV as they brought out the fake ones and just shaking your head. And I was like, you got me. You got me real good.
Well, the thing is, and Sean, I think you know this, is in terms of bearded white guys in this landscape,
not nearly enough of them.
Right, and especially Englishmen. Have you noticed how few Brits there are talking about professional wrestling? So I think in that way, had to lock these guys down while we had them. So that was a good call on your part.
It was important for us to really go after that underutilized bearded white guy demographic that is not represented nearly enough in this wrestling space. I mean, there are only 3 of us here on this stream. Who knows how many bearded white guys are watching right now, and they say that could be me one day. You're an inspiration to everybody, Joe.
Well, I get that a lot, actually. You'll be surprised to know that's a regular comment you'll see as we're kind of blazing the trails. So speaking of such, Joel Pearl, you're here. Oh my goodness.
We do have Jeremy's feed. That's wonderful news. But Joel, you're here.
I am as head moderator of this gimmick. I have to welcome everyone and say hello.
Gimmick?
Yeah. Listen, I'm out of words, brother. It's been a long day.
Okay.
Either way, professionally, I commend you all on the work you do. And we'll be soon turning it over to
I'm worried about this.
Is he wearing shorts? That's
God help us.
Jeremy being Jeremy.
Oh.
Welcome, Jeremy.
Guys, what's up?
Congratulations on the launch of youtube.com/Fightful Distraction.
Thanks. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm going to be honest, Sean, this is what I was warning you about. Not everyone needs to be getting paid this amount of money.
Well, and Joel, I let Joel know ahead of time, and he's going to get his paid docked. He was supposed to remove the cups. We don't want Jeremy throwing those at anybody.
It's the juice box, guys. I'm restocked on them,
I sent memos. I did my part. It's not my fault.
I don't think it's your fault, Joel. I'll be honest with you. I was worried about this, I'll be honest. But, Jeremy, we'll figure it out. We'll do that off air, though, right?
Should we open this up to questions?
Yeah. We'll now be taking individual questions from local media. Media, please do not forget to unmute your line when you are called upon.
Also, make sure you ask us if we can hear you before you ask.
Absolutely. We'll open things up with Rob Wilkins from Fightful.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Awesome.
I can hear you.
So my question is for either Jeremy or Joe. Today, Stephanie McMahon brought up the eyeball situation like Nick Khan did a few months ago. My question for you guys is, what are your goals as far as eyeballs? Are you okay if you only have one person that watches, like maybe a pirate? what are your goals with
I'll take this one. I'll take this
Okay.
one since it was for me, since it was a question specifically for me. I don't care. Eyeballs, they're literally going to do a half an hour head to head with us, and that's fine. That's fine. The odds are against us and the distraction in some ways. I'm not saying for sure we'll win, and maybe those odds are against us, but we're going to have the better show on the distraction. I know if you don't believe me, well, watch the go home show for Tim and Joel Call It in the Ring. It sucked. It sucked. Did you watch it, Rob?
No, I was busy.
You were watching stream for the first
That's
time.
what everyone else said.
Yeah,
I saw you tweet. You said it started out hot, and I agree with that. It had a lot of action, but I'm confident that the distraction will be the better show.
Okay, thank you guys.
Just to add to that, Rob, you can stay, but you don't have to. I was talking a lot about in negotiations, the platform we're on here, right? And I think if ever there was a week to discuss the power of YouTube, it'll be this week. Jeremy and I, we're not here to brag, but we were in talks with some pretty big networks. Fox were interested, but linear eyeballs, as we all know, is a dwindling path to success. Here on YouTube, anyone can get it, isn't that? And that's that's the beauty of this thing.
What they said.
Our next question comes from Jack Crosby of LateNightGrin.com.
Welcome, Jack. Unmute your mic.
Jack, you're muted.
Well, I'm a little flustered here. I'm sorry, guys. My question's actually for Sean Ross Sapp. Sean, I got the check in the mail, the usual one for $50K to put up with these assholes. I have a child now. I have a daughter.
Yeah.
Do I get paid more to deal with these idiots, or do I have to quit?
Well, listen, in my opinion, as far as reimbursement goes and pay in general, that was sent to you in error. I'm going to cancel that check. As far as earning money in this business, it is a marathon, not a sprint. So don't get ahead of yourself. That's I'm sorry. This channel is not monetized. The guy that had it beforehand caused that. Your child, listen, there are all kinds of great food banks in your local area.
But I don't even like these two.
Listen, let's be real. Some of you watching this will know I have a personal relationship with Mr. Crosby, okay? And let me make this very, very clear. He was brought on last week to pop a number, okay? Now, I don't know if you guys have done your research or looked at the graphs, but that number did not go up. It went down. So, frankly, Mr. Crosby, it's not a matter of whether you want the money or you want more money. There is no money for you around here. You know that. It's a different time now, pal. We're moving on. New era. Distraction 2.0. Goodbye, Jack Crosby.
Our next question comes from Connor Casey of comicbook.com.
What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for taking the time today. I do have a question for Jeremy and Joe. In the event that another podcast starts airing live as direct competition to the distraction for roughly 30 minutes, how will you respond?
Okay, I'm going to do this, Scoop. Jeremy, you told me not to. We are looking at booking Minoru Suzuki as a guest for the distraction. We don't, and this is me being honest. So listen, guys, if you think otherwise, tweet me about it and tell me. We don't think he needs to be on the main show because that's what we try to get the casual fans. But we think he's a great fit for the post show. Man, that's where the hardcores are at, and they know who he is, right? He's done some cool stuff over there. So that's the plan. Jeremy, I know you've been in negotiations with him. I shouldn't have probably said that, but listen, we're having fun here. It's a big night. So there's a little scoop for you, Connor. You're a pal of the show.
We will be bringing in the Goldberg of New Japan to the distraction, 100%.
And listen, this is starting to piss me off because I see what you're doing, Connor Casey. I know you're thinking about launching your own. I saw that you're doing a half an hour head to head with us, and I can't wait to finally beat your main show head to head. It's been a long time coming. How's your territory doing, pal?
Well, those are some bold words, Sean Ross Sapp. My territory is doing just fine.
We'll see about that, pal.
Our next question comes from Cher Delaware of Wrestling News Now.
Hi, guys. So I had a question prepared, but I spoke to some of the other media members while waiting for this call. And I just want to know why, as the woman, I had to pay to be able to be a media member for this call when none of the men had to pay.
Fuck, man.
We're not covering this on here, right? This has got to go somewhere. And save this for Twitter, please. We're not even going to acknowledge us for an answer.
Okay, our next question comes from Luis Polito, representing Fansided.
Good afternoon. Hope everyone's having a wonderful evening today.
It's actually 10 p.m. here, Louis, so please refrain.
We'd like for you to be inclusive with your time zones as to not alienate potential viewers that might be just finding this show. They might be flipping their YouTube channels and finding this and kind of undermining what we're doing here, pal.
Yeah. I'm glad that you mentioned about the viewers, because that's actually where my question was going. Is there a specific demographic that the Distraction reboot is focusing on?
Bearded white guys. We said this. We gave them an entire channel. Yeah. Like, you think that they tune in on Mondays and see Denise and they go, okay, more of this. Or Kate on Fridays, more of this. No, they want bearded white guys. And we're even stretching it by putting them on different continents. Yeah. Like we might relocate Joe to the United States as a part of this deal. That's something, thank you to Joe, that he was willing to give some flexibility on as part of these negotiations. We didn't have to immediately move him over, but he's making a sacrifice here for us.
Yeah, the mention made it a lot easier, pill to swallow. But we took that off the air. No, you're right. Look, I think the other thing with our show that people forget too is we're one of the rare bearded white guy shows that has like an AEW slant, right? Like we kind of enjoy AEW, and as you know, Sean, that's rare as it gets. That's a gold mine. So there's a lot of kind of unique elements to our program, but at core, bearded white guys, absolutely.
Thank you for your question.
That's what we're going for.
Our final question comes from Robert ONeill from Team Speed Kills.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my question.
Bro, do you have to fumble that damn mic every time, Bob?
Yeah, it's in the way. I should just hold it. The stand sucks. Anyway, so you brought in Jack Crosby last week to pop a number, and is it safe to say that he killed the territory and now you're here?
Okay.
Oh no. I didn't even hear Bob's question. Bob, I'm sorry. Hope
He's
it
getting
wasn't
his
for me.
This is
stuff's plugged in there.
He's getting his stuff. I mean, I thought this was a smooth move. We could move.
Yeah.
That way, Bob would no longer be on the actual channel, but we could keep our brand affiliated with the fuck Bob ONeill culture that we have cultivated and worked hard to develop, or that I was a part of long before the distraction, and now we've lost one of our stars.
Yeah, So, look, I guess we'll do this on the air because this thing's kind of been a mess. So let's salvage it and get something worthwhile. My pitch was for this channel, the Bob ONeill Corner 30 for 30, in which we produce 30 half-hour programs in which we just document Robert O'Neill's life, all the ups, all the downs. I don't know if you've done the research on that, Sean. I've done pretty extensive.
No, I haven't.
No, but I mean, that demo, you talk about that key demo. I mean, look at Bob. Granted, the beard's a little weak, but good Lord, look at the man. He's made for it, So I think,
white.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So in terms of extensive coverage in that regard, I think he's valuable. I mean, look, I'm not saying you need to pay him. I certainly not going to pay him. But he's worth a StreamYard link.
We'll pay him an exposure gladly. I mean, that's look at all the greats that have emerged from exposure here. And if there's one thing that Bob needs, it's exposure, because he doesn't get enough of it on Twitter.
He doesn't. No.
I need to grow my brand. I need to grow my audience, and
fuck Bob ONeill.
Yeah, fuck Bob ONeill.
Some final thoughts from yours truly. I have been asked to tell the world thank you for tuning in to this press conference. We hope you'll join us every single Thursday for the distraction on youtube.com/Fightful. And you'll do the post show every single Thursday, youtube.com/Fightful distraction, 4:30 p.m. That's all Eastern time. If you live in another part of the world, I'm sure you can figure it out. Go to timeanddate.com. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, any last words from Sean Ross Sapp or Joe Hulbert?
Well, I want to thank Joe again. I want to thank Joe for matching my hat.
No, we're done with this.
Hang on. Is this Just to be clear, this is the end of the whole press conference.
The disrespect that is being shown.
I own the channel, Joe. I own it. Do you want to show people the star on your shirt, Joe?
Yes, I can. I'll do this. There you go. Look at that. That's synergy.
Don't let them know that there's anything underneath it. But
no, that's perfect. There you go. That's good. That's good stuff. Is this it, guys? Is that all our questions? Is the territory dying already?
We took way too many. I mean, 15 minutes. It's hard for me to budget time for.
That's fair. You know, Sean, I actually think we should stop doing these because at the end of the day, if they don't like it, don't watch. Right? Stuff them.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you and your friend Mark can go, and you can take 2.5 million people with you for all I care.
Till next time we're out.
There won't be a next time.